All right, so I feel like, as I mentioned, so my grandpa was like, yeah, I was the only one in the family who didn't think you were crazy, because I was trying to say, Grandpa, I feel like your teachings, your metapsychiatry stuff, you did not help the situation. Yet my grandpa's like, oh, you don't blame everybody but yourself. You have to take responsibility. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't have any responsibility. I do think the shoot away machine was the main reason for what happened. But my grandpa would be like, I was the only one who didn't think you were crazy, Ryan. But the thing is, no, he made everybody crazy more. Like, things would have been bad regardless because of the shoot away machine, but he confused me. He confused my mom and dad with the like the right wing, like, take responsibility, everything's just fine. And he even says he cast pearls of swine. Everything's just fine. You just need to accept everything's just fine. Yeah, that sounds good, and that's a good idea. Yeah, to not try to force things, to be in the flow, and that's great, to have trust. And yes, that's wonderful. I understand that. But again, my mom and dad misinterpreted it. And he says, oh, it's because I cast pearls of swine. But no, my grandpa didn't believe in me. He didn't know how good I was at basketball. He came in, he's like, oh, well, Ryan really wants his independence. And no, I didn't want independence. I needed help. And the shoot away machine was a problem. And after that, I should have had more support, when I got into college and stuff. But, then my grandpa's whole thing of, oh, well, if you're in the flow, if you're in the oneness of consciousness, then you don't talk about the past, because then you're going to be, because then you're in the eternal moment. And I'm like, okay, but yeah, after college, I wanted to talk to my mom and dad, but they wouldn't talk to me because they were mad about the past. They're mad about high school. They're the ones who are stuck in the past. And I need to explain to them it wasn't me. They want to think it's a character flaw with me. No, it was a shoot away machine. If it wasn't for the shoot away machine, my shot would not have got messed up. And that was the only fight that me and my dad had. Now, my grandpa won't believe that. He came in and he's like, oh, he didn't know how good I was. He didn't know about that. He didn't know it was a shoot-away machine that messed up my shot. If it wasn't for the shoot-away, when I first had the shoot-away machine, my shot was really good. But I was shooting a little bit wrong because of the way I was stepping into it, because I'm picking the ball off of the rack, But my point is, my grandpa, he wants to believe what he wants to believe. But he doesn't, I feel like he made things worse, especially the whole thing of like, oh yeah, well, no talk about the past. And then my mom and dad misinterpreted it again. Oh, no talk about the past ever. No, there's sometimes when it's important. It's okay to talk about the past. And the other thing was, like, when I wanted my basketball videos, even my grandpa says, yeah, having your basketball videos could have been good. It could have been helpful. But when I tried to, when I graduated from college and I told my mom, Mom, can you guys help me to get basketball videos of when I was younger? Oh my God, you're stuck in the past. Don't talk about the past. Why are you stuck in the past? This is why you have schizophrenia. I didn't have schizophrenia. Oh my God, because she's so upset about high school. And again, the reason why I think they wanted to believe I had schizophrenia was because they abused me because of the shoot away machine and the problems that happened. And they wanted to tell themselves that there was something wrong with me. And they didn't want to confront the notion or the issue or the possibility that perhaps perhaps it was more complex than that. Perhaps it was a shoot away machine. Perhaps, they did what they did to me. It wasn't cool. The abuse that happened to me, it wasn't cool. And maybe you can address that. And maybe now I'm willing to move on. I let it go. I'm cool. I want to move on. I want to be cool with them, but I want to address what happened in the past and tell them and show them that what happened with the shoot away machine. I never got a chance to show my dad. I never got a chance to talk to him because I wasn't allowed to talk to him. And my mom was just, you just have to accept that. Your dad's never going to talk to you again. He's never going to talk to you. It's never going to happen. He hates you. Don't you remember how horrible you were in high school? Yeah, because of the shoot away machine. Yes, it was a tragic thing. Now, some people are not going to believe it because they're assholes, but they're, whatever. What can you do about people who are not going to, but I can show video. I know exactly what happened, but yeah, and the thing was, I lost my swag flow in college. I'm not gonna go into details, but having videos would have been helpful. But I wasn't. Mom and dad were like, I wanted my mom and dad to help, and mom's like, oh, you got get over the past, get over basketball. It's stuck in the past. No, that you see, but she doesn't realize that her mentality is not what my grandpa's teaching. But she thought it was, because she heard, she memorized what my grandpa's teachings. But my grandpa, like I said, even he didn't help. He's like, it wasn't the shoot away machine. It's because you're playing as bigger, better players and you got frustrated. You're playing as black players, bigger, better players. Shut the fuck up. No, that's not what happened. It was a shoot away machine. I was a starting point guard as a varsity as a freshman. I was amazing. Everything I did was automatic, unconscious. What happened was my shot got messed up because of the way I was stepping into it. because of picking the ball off the rack. And then my dad told me to step into it a different way, artificially make me sideways. And you can't do it that way. And then he told me to do something wrong with my feet, and it messed up everything, you know? And it took all the way to 2019 when I was watching videos, studying videos, and playing with Compton College and hearing what the coach had to say. And that I realized what happened. When I fixed my shot to, you know, fix my feet the right way. And, you know, but my dad told me to do the wrong thing. It took all the way to 2019 to realize that, you know? And to kind of start figuring it out and start fixing it. But I needed videos. But, you know, no, why do you want videos? You're stuck in the past. No, you know, even my grandpa admits that having videos would have been helpful, you know? It could be helpful. You know, he says that's a part of inquiry, that's a part of study, that's a part of, you know, expanding your consciousness and awareness. But my mom doesn't know that. My mom just memorizes little sound bites from my grandpa. Don't talk about the past. You need to accept bad calls. We're never going to talk to you. You need to accept what we have to say. No, that's not what my grandpa's teaching. My grandpa says, yes, accept things, trust, you know, be in the flow. But he's not teaching to be abusive and to be, you know, have no compassion and to be hurtful to somebody and to neglect your own freaking child and not talk to your own child. And then like I talked to my mom today and I was like, you know, I called her on the phone. I was like, Mom, can I please talk to you at some point? You know, can I see you guys at some point? And she's like, why do you want to see us? Why do you want to see people who don't want to see you? You know, I'm like, because you're my parents. You know, what the fuck? Why don't you want to see me? Because they're stuck in the past, because they're stuck in high school when the bad stuff happened. You know, they haven't seen me since high school. And yes, it was a shoot away machine. So, you know, it's been really difficult. It's been really challenging. It sucked. It's been stupid, you know, and so much bad stuff has occurred because of it. You know, they threw me to the dirt without teaching me anything. They never taught me how to, you know, they did everything for me growing up. They went to every one of my basketball games. They did everything for me. Like, you know, like my uncle said, they spoiled me. They did everything. So they never taught me how to do anything. They never taught me how to do laundry. They never taught me how to shave. They never taught me I never learned how to do anything from them because in high school, I was kicked out of the house because of the shoot away machine and the conflict that happened. So you know, growing up, they did everything for me. So they never had me clean. So I never learned how to clean. You know, they did all the cleaning for me. They did all that stuff for me. So, you know, they throw me into, you know, out of college. They're like, okay, well, we're getting rid of you. You know, we think you're schizophrenic because of the Quadrant model. No, I discovered the theory of everything, but they get rid of me. And then I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to clean. You know, they throw me into an apartment and they're like, okay, now fend for yourself. You know, and I'm like, well, you know, can I get a little support from you guys? Can I get a little help? First off, I discovered theory of everything. And you know, can I, you know, I don't know how to clean. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to do anything. You guys never taught me anything. You guys did everything for me. You know, but they're like, but no, they're not, because they're not fucking talking to me. They wouldn't talk to me. My mom wouldn't talk to me for years. She had me blocked on her phone for years, you know? And same thing with my dad. He's had me blocked on the phone. I haven't really seen my mom and dad really since high school. I saw them a couple times in college, maybe like once or twice. One of the times when I showed the Quadrant model, they didn't believe it. But they basically abandoned me, you know? And it's been difficult. So I'll go more into the next part of the story in a second. Oh yeah, but my point though too was like my grandpa's like, you know, Ryan, when I was trying to tell my grandpa that his help didn't help, you know, he's like, well, you know, you resent me. I'm not gonna teach you anymore. He's like, and if anything, you know, I was the only one in the family who didn't think you were crazy. And I'm like, dude, first off, that's a backhanded compliment because you're trying to say everybody in the family thought I was crazy, and that's not even true. My grandma didn't think I was crazy. You know, my grandma was cool with me, you know, stuff like that. But then number two, it's like, no, actually, you know, I'm the only one who didn't think no, you actually fucking made me crazy, dude. All this stuff like, everything is synergy. You need to be, you know, independent. And then my family's like, yeah, make him independent. Throw him to the side. He made me crazy. And it wasn't a shoot away machine. It was because of the, you know, bigger, better players and you take responsibility. And, you know, so I can't do it. You know, this dude made me crazy. And he's like, I'm the only one who didn't think you're crazy. No, I'll admit, I never really went crazy, but you made me crazy, dude. You know, and you made my family crazy because you, as he says, well, I cast pearls of swine. Yeah, he cast pearls of swine. He confused the hell out of my mom and dad, made them into monsters, dude. They took all the right-wing stuff and instead of being compassionate and like learning, you know, regular psychology, they learned my grandpa's metapsychiatry, which wasn't even what Dr. Hora taught. And he just confused them, and he confused everything. And I do feel like he contributed to really monstrous behavior by my family, you know? And yes, I think things would have been terrible regardless because of the shoot away. So I'm not totally blaming my grandpa, but I don't think that he helped. And I think that, you know, he confused me a lot, because what he would do is he would teach me and I would get confused, and then he would be like, and I'd be like upset that my family wouldn't be talking to me. He'd go, oh, I'm not going to teach you anymore because you're upset and you're not, and you resent me. And then, you know, and then he'd leave me in the dirt, and I'm confused, and I'm like, well, you taught me a little bit about the flow, but you didn't teach me a lot. Now I'm just confused. And, you know, and he just, if anything, he did make me go crazy, dude. So he's like, I'm the only one who didn't make it go crazy. Backhanded compliment. And it's like, dude. So I'll continue in 1 second.